Okay, sit yourself onto a lift. And come into a good cross-legged position. And just initially just observe your balance. So feel how your seat bones feel on the lift. Have a little wriggle about, make sure that you are feeling level and even. And then hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest, elevate the heart area upwards, and then consciously draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Look down at the floor, look at something that isn't moving, so that your eyes remain still in the sockets. Feel your lungs from the bottom to the top and empty them from the top to the bottom. Keeping your eyes still in the sockets so that you can keep the mind quiet. Release your knees, bring your hands into Namaste. Lengthen your armpits into your elbows. Squeeze the elbows into the heels of the hands. Heels of the hands up into the fingertips. Keeping your eyes still in the sockets. With an exhalation, allow your eyes to gently close. Again, focusing on filling the lungs from the bottom to the top, filling the lungs evenly, emptying the lungs from the bottom to from the top to the bottom, emptying them evenly. With an exhalation, draw your chin forwards and down to meet the chest. Lift the chest up to meet the chin. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. Hold on to that feeling of abundance in the heart area, and then release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. Raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Hold onto your knees. Lift up into the chest, and again really consciously draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a deep inhalation, and then again drive the chin forwards and down to meet the chest. Lift the chest up to meet the chin. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, just lengthening out the back of the neck. With an out breath, wherever that comes, raise the chin up to the ceiling. Pushing the chin to the ceiling, stretching out the front of the neck. Take a deep inhalation, and with the following exhalation, draw the chin down to meet the chest, drawing your shoulders away from your ears, lengthening out the back of the neck. And with an exhalation, chin to the ceiling. Stretching out the front of the neck, push the chin to the sky. And then gently with an out breath come back to the centre. Take a deep inhalation, and then with an exhalation, draw your left ear down towards the left shoulder, stretching out that right side of the neck. Take a deep inhalation, with the exhalation come back to the centre and left ear over towards the left shoulder. Stretching out the right side of the neck, drawing the shoulders consciously down away from your ears, elevating the heart area upwards. Take a deep inhalation, and then come back with the exhalation and back over to the right. Just feel the tension around the neck lengthening out. Use the out breath to smooth out the muscles of the neck. But keep lifting the heart area upwards. Feel that the seat bones are even. Take a deep inhalation, with the exhalation come back to the centre and over to the left. And then gently come back to the centre. Take a deep inhalation, and with the exhalation, draw the chin over towards the right shoulder. And then come back to the centre and over to the left. Using the out breath to smooth out the tension from the neck. And then with an out breath back to the centre and over to the right. Just lifting the heart area as observing the balance of the seat bones, trying not to disturb those, bringing the torso directly between the two seat bones for levelness. And with an out breath, come back to the centre and over to the left. Using the out breath to soften the muscles around the neck. And then come back to the centre. This time as we turn, keep the chin directly in line with the collarbone. Lift up into the chest, take a deep inhalation. And then turn the torso to the right, but keep the chin in line with the collarbone. Draw the abdomen across, and the ribs and the shoulders, keeping the neck soft. Digging the back hand into the floor or into the cushion that you're sitting on, so that you stay on the front edge of the seat bones, so that you stay sitting level. And then come back to the centre. Hold on to the knees and then turn to the left. Drawing your abdomen across your ribs and your shoulders. And then gently come back to the centre. Come off your lift and sit back on your heels for a moment. Have the big toes together and your knees apart. Just have your knees wide enough apart so that you can bring your chest through the legs. Consciously press the shin bones into the shin skin, so that the thighs activate, so that you can elevate the heart area upwards, and then come forwards, lengthening into the arms, keeping the head lifted initially, keeping the seat bones down on the heels. Just observe where there is resistance, where it feels good to stretch out, and then bring the head down, forehead down to the floor. Lengthen the sacrum away from the lumbar down towards the tailbone. Draw the tailbone down towards the heels. Lengthen from the armpits, from the hips into the armpits, into the arms, into the hands, into the fingers, into the fingertips, into the fingernails. Just feel yourself stretching out any tension from the lower back. If there's still tension in the neck, then bring the hands a little wider apart. Give yourself space. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears, but maintain that extension. Raise your head. Just keep the right hand where it is, and then thread the left arm all the way underneath the right armpit. Bring the left shoulder down, bring your head down, and then reactivate your arms. Try and sit back on your heels, although you'll probably find it a little more difficult, but just try, and then really push that left arm really deeply into the floor. Really deeply into the floor, and then roll your chest down to face the floor. So you prise open the shoulder blade region. So both arms working really evenly, pushing that left arm into the floor. Keeping the shoulder down on the floor if you can, and rolling the chest down to face the floor. Stretch your arms out. Come back into Adho Mukha Virasana, just stretching back into Adho Mukha Virasana. And then lift the head. Keep the left hand where it is, thread the right arm through underneath the left armpit, bring the shoulder down, bring the head down. Try and stamp the seat bones down onto the floor. Activate that right arm, really pressing it deeply into the floor, and then roll the chest down to face the floor. Just prising open the shoulder blades, stretching out the back chest. Okay, move your head, release the arm, stretch back into Adho Mukha Virasana. One more time. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push yourself up into a seated position. Just observe the release around the shoulders and the neck. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Just draw your chin down to meet the chest. With an out breath, raise the chin up to the ceiling. With an out breath, bring the chin back to level. So just looking forwards. With an out breath, right ear across to the right shoulder. With an out breath, come back to the centre. With an out breath, over to the left ear. Observing how it feels different, and with an out breath come back to the centre. Walk your hands behind you and bring the hands directly underneath the shoulders, fingers pointing forwards. So if you've got a bad back, you might just want to do the first stage, not lifting the seat bones but just staying back on the heels. Push the hands really consciously into the floor, like you want to stamp them through the floor, and then lift from the wrists up into the armpits. So the chest rises upwards and outwards. If there's no problem with your back, push the shins firmly into the floor, turn the tailbone in, and then lift the tailbone away from the floor. Lengthen the chin away from the chest unless there's a reason why that restricts your breath. But once you're there, lift from the wrists into the armpits. Turn the tailbone in. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. And then bring the seat bones back down onto the heels. Just lift the chest. We'll turn the head back to the centre and then just sit back on your heels, just observing the energy that you've released in the chest and in the arms and in the legs. And then come down onto all fours. Have the little finger on the edge of the mat, step back a little, turn your toes under, and then come up. into baddangulyasana. Straighten your legs by tightening the kneecaps. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards, lift the fronts of the thighs up towards the tops of the legs. Push the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs. Observe whether your body is reluctant to act or whether it's willing. Feel that your body is working evenly on both sides. Or does it feel like one side is working more evenly than the other? So identify your balance of action. Let the head hang down, let the back of the neck be long. Keep the hands where they are, keep the feet where they are, swing the hips forwards, come up into dog, up. Keep the legs straight, keep the legs away from the floor, push into the heels. Push consciously into the heels and then draw the abdomen away from the legs. Lift the abdomen up to the diaphragm to the collarbone. Turn the crease of the elbows to face the front. Broadening the chest, pushing consciously into the heels. And then come back up into dog down. Soften the neck. And then step your feet forwards, come up into a standing position. And then have your feet as wide apart as your mat. If you've got a bad back, you're going to come forwards just this way with some blocks under your hands preferably. Just coming forwards and reaching forwards. Otherwise we're going to come into full uttanasana. Have your feet as wide apart as the mat. Feel that your feet, the outside edge of your feet, are in line with the edge of the mat. Raise your arms. Raise your arms and hook the thumbs into the crease of the elbows and then hinge at the hips and come forwards. Hinging at the hips and then hang down. Just lengthening the back but keeping the legs really firmly activated. Just feel where you are in 3 dimensions. And then release the hands to the floor. Just stretch the chest forwards, bring your hands into your hips, bend your knees and come up. So we're going to go back into that. So just come back up. And this time we're going to come forwards with the hands on the hips. And I want you to see if it feels any different. So have your hands on your hips, lift up into the chest, keep the head lifted. Keep the back really straight as you hinge at the hips. Keep coming forwards. When you're halfway, keep coming forwards. Keep lengthening the spine forwards. Keep the legs really firmly activated and then release your arms and then hang down. So does it feel any different when you come down with a straight back? Because often when we come down into this pose, if you come with your arms over your head, it's quite easy to round the back as you go down. But straightening the back as you go down gives you a different end result. Can you identify it? Keep the legs firm, tightened at the kneecaps. Hitting the fronts of the thighs to the backs of the thighs, lifting the fronts of the thighs up into the hip socket. Gently release your hands down to the floor, just come into half uttanasana. Use blocks for your hands or bring your hands onto your shins if you can't reach. And then bring your hands into your hips, bend your knees on the way up if you need to, and then come up into Tadasana. Just be in Tadasana. Inner edge of the feet touching, big toes touching, heels touching, and then come up into Tadasana. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Just feel how through those limbering poses, that was an extended limbering sequence, in fairness. Feel how the body has woken up. Activate your kneecaps, turn the fronts of the thighs inwards, turn the backs of the thighs outwards, tuck the tailbone in. Breathe from the bottom of the lungs to the top. Bring your arms out nice and wide in towards your chest, and then step or jump the feet nice and wide. Turn the left toes in, the right leg and foot all the way out, and then straighten the legs. Come back to the front, and then reach over. Find the shin. Look up. Observe where you are in 3 dimensions. Feel where the feet are. Feel where the seat bones are. Try and align them, especially that front leg. Bring the seat bone in so it's in line with the heel. Feel that it's there. Hit that back leg towards the wall behind you. Rotate the abdomen up to the ceiling. Just breathe in and out through the nose. Have a quick look down. Is your head over your foot? If it's not, then lift the chest, then squeeze the front leg buttock bone in a little more. Look up again. Just feel the clarity of the sinuses. Reach up to that top hand rather than let it hang down. Reach up with the top hand, come back to the centre, keep your arms outstretched, turn the right toes in, the left leg and foot all the way out, and then straighten the leg. Just feel where you are in 3 dimensions. Just feel that the feet are in the correct alignment, this front heel in line with the instep. Just have a quick look, make sure that that's the case. Correct it if it's not, and then come over to the left. Keeping the legs really straight, lifting from the feet into the shins, into the knees, into the hips, into the spine. Feel where the legs are in 3 dimensions. Extend the spine out of the hips. Reach up with the top hand, coming back to the centre, bring the feet parallel. And then step or jump your feet back together. And then come back into Tadasana. Lifting up into the chest. Drawing the shoulders down away from your ears. Just listening to the sound of the breath. The sound of the in-breath, the sound of the out-breath. Rotate the palms out to the sides. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Rotating the upper arms in the socket so that you really broaden the collarbone. Lengthening the shoulders away from the ears, lengthening from the shoulders into the fingertips. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Turning the fronts of the thighs consciously inwards. Stretch your arms forwards, interlock the fingers right into the palms, right into the webbing of the hands, and then turn the palms all the way out. And then raise your arms over your head. In baddangulyasana, wing the elbows towards the wall behind you. Wing the arms beyond your ears if you can. Squeeze the outer elbows inwards. Just listen to the breath. Keep the shoulders down away from your ears. Release your arms, swap the interlock of the fingers so the other index finger is on the top of the stack. Turn the palms all the way out. And then raise your arms over your head. Broadening the armpits. Up into the chest, squeezing the outer elbows in, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, listening to the breath. And then gently release. Stretch your arms down, lift up into the chest. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Bring your arms out nice and wide in towards your chest, and then step or jump the feet as wide as you can, bringing the heels on the edge of the mat. So heels nice and wide. And turn your toes inwards. Have the hands on your hips. Keep the legs straight, lift up into the chest, winging the elbows towards each other. So you really drive the shoulder blades together. And then hinge at the hips. Keep the back straight as you come forward. Keep the back straight, keep the head lifted. And then when you're halfway, reach down to the floor. If you can't reach the floor, then use blocks for your hands, but be on fingertips. Whichever you use, the floor or the blocks, be on fingertips. Push the fronts of the legs through to the backs of the legs. Keep the kneecaps tight and turn the fronts of the thighs inwards from the little toe side to the big toe side. Lift the seat bones, project the chin and the chest forwards. So if you're using blocks or you're working to straighten the back to draw the shoulder blades in so the back needs to be straight, if you can straighten your back, then you can go further. Otherwise, just stay at the first stage, keeping the legs activated. If you're coming further, then Bring the forehead down to the floor, bring the top of the head onto the floor. And then bring the heel of the hands in line with the heels of the feet, keeping the elbows parallel to each other. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Hitting the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs. Feeling that your weight, whichever stage of the pose you're at, the weight is in your heels. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears, whichever version of the pose you are doing. Prasarita, padottanasana. Okay, walk your hands back to the centre if you brought your head down, come back to the centre, extending the chin and the chest away. Just take some deep inhalations, deep exhalations, and then bring the palms down, bend your knees, and then step or jump your feet back together, and then come back up into Tadasana. Back into Tadasana and observe your energy. Observe your balance. Observe the balance of action. Observe your action. Is it even? Are you active within the pose? Turn the palms all the way out so that you broaden the collarbone. Breathe even deep inhalations and exhalations. Just drawing your attention directly into the physical body, in the frame of observation. Okay, and then come into cross legs. Just bring yourself down onto the floor and come into cross legs. If you need to sit on a lift, then do. So just sit either on the floor or on a lift and just observe the balance of the seat bones. Do they feel even? Roll over, move the buttock flesh out to the side so that you can bring a greater sense of levelness to the hips. And then reach forwards, come forwards, hold onto your knees. Elevate the heart area upwards, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Just look forwards, look down. Look at something that doesn't move so that the eyes stay still in the sockets. Feel the sensation of the breath filling the lungs. How the chest rises upwards and outwards to accommodate the breath. Observe how the body accommodates the out-breath. How the intercostal muscles around the ribs recontract, bringing the ribcage into a relaxed position. Just close your eyes for a moment. And just observe the breath, observe the evenness of the in-breath, the evenness of the out-breath. As you inhale, breathe into both lungs evenly, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top. you exhale, exhale evenly from the top to the bottom, correcting it if it's not even. So we can do a couple of rounds of brahmari. So brahmari pranayama is a normal inhalation and a long, slow, deep, hummed exhalation until the lungs are empty. So it's a deep note, a low note. So whatever a low note is for you, that is what you do. I'll just give you a quick example. When the breath is finished, then when the breath is finished, then the sound will end, and then a normal in breath. So we'll do that together. So just normal in breath, normal out breath. Take a normal out breath, a normal in breath, and then we'll do 5 to begin with. Just finishing the cycle that you are completing, then bring the breath back to a normal rhythm. Stay seated, just observe the sensation of rhythmic energy in the chest, in the head, and around the face. And then however you are sitting, swap the feet around. Just sit with crossed legs where the other leg is at the front or on the top. Just lift up into the chest. We're going to do 3 more brahmaris, but this time we're going to do Sanmukhi mudra. So with Sanmukhi mudra, you have the index finger and the middle finger together, and then you place those over the eyelids, drawing the eyelids down. Then with the tip of the ring finger and the little finger connected to that, you just press the bridge of the nose so that you slightly restrict the airway, and then bring the thumb into that little flap of the ear and close the ear. So just working with that, and then feeling the resonance around the face this time as well as the chest. So take a normal inhalation, a normal exhalation, a normal inhalation, and then we'll do 3 more brahmaris. And then release the face, bring the hands down to the knees. Just breathe normally for a moment and then allow your eyes to open. Your eyes might be a little blurry after the pressure on the eyes. Just observe your energy. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, and then turn to the right side, drawing your abdomen across your ribs and your shoulders. And then back to the centre, and then turning to the left. And then back to the centre. And then come down onto the mat. Just have the blanket underneath your head. Just make sure that it's evenly folded. Just have something to keep you warm if you need to, so put socks on or cover yourself up with a blanket. Make sure that you're in a really good straight line right down the centre of the mat. If you can cover your eyes using a eye pillow or just a piece of material, just do that, just to let the eyes be in darkness for a moment. Don't worry if you can't. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Observe how your energy feels. body release completely into the floor. Let the body become heavy. And observe that feeling of energetic lightness that radiates from the bones into the muscles, penetrating the muscles with the energy from the bones. Radiating energy from the core of the bones and into the muscles and into the organs. Radiating into the organs and into the flesh and the skin, which are, of course, organs in their own right. Just feel that the body is almost brimming over with positive energy, using the in-breath and the out-breath to distribute it down into the toes, into the fingers and up into the top of the head. When you're ready to disturb yourself, gently wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Bring yourself back into this pose of Shavasana. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. Just gentle massage on the spine. And then very gently roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then stretch out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just a final cross legs with your hands in the masti, a final spinal lift. Close your eyes and draw your breath in through your nose and down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice. A good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the extensions and the forward bends and twists bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you have created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. Gently release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. And then raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open. focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel as though you've really lifted your energy and given yourself good positive energy to put into your day. So thank you very much for joining me.